so close.
Very. They live 5 minutes away from me.
Oh my God, yeah, when I'm upstate, my mom's like in my house.
Isn't it great?
Yeah, I'm on the phone with her all the time.
Sometimes it's great.
It is
Most of the time it's amazing, but
is.
then there's other times when you or your parents drive through your gates and you're like, I don't think this is the best time. Not a great time, I've
Actually,
guessed over.
do you
It's not
find this?
good.
The only times I end up fighting with my mom now is when I catch myself acting a little bit like my mom. Do you find yourself acting at all like your mom?
Yeah, I've caught myself acting like my mom a lot.
Oh, what was that?
Yeah. And it's funny because it's when you're younger and they say, they'll tell you to do something, you ask them why, and they'll give you, whatever their excuse is. You're like, I'm never going to do this to my kid, I'm never. And then I find myself doing it to my goddaughter. She's not even my kid, and I'll turn around and I'll say, because I said so. And she's like, that's not an answer, Aunt Shay. I'm like, you're right.
You're
so
right.
Like my mom, and I'm sorry.
I know, it flips you out the first few times that happens. You're like, okay.
But I get it now. I get it.
I get it now, too, which is sad.
She didn't owe me an explanation. She's my mom. I'm supposed to just listen to her.
So we wanted to play a little thing called Work Fashions. We have a couple of audience members. They want to tell us tales from work, not from school. I was going to ask you, you've been in the business for so long. Do you have any work fashions? Did you ever I don't know, in your case, I would oh, I really dig this outfit. Maybe I'll just forget to change and go on home. Do you ever cop something or?
Well, I stole a car for
That's a little bigger than a pair of shoes.
15 minutes.
No,
I did.
For 15 minutes.
Ian and I stole I wanted to drive the Corvette that he drove in 90210 really badly, so I looked at Ian and I'm like, dude, let's take the Corvette. And we did, and he's like, okay, and I went a little too fast, and we hit this bump, and it bottomed out. And this is how sweet Ian was. He took the blame for it.
Oh, what a guy.
Yeah.
Ian, not only can you dance, chivalry is not dead. We love you.
Ian took the blame for it. I remember that.
Oh,
and I'm
that's such a guy.
Really sweet.
That's a guy.
But I've been known to maybe take one thing and throw it in my bag, but it's not really stealing because I know I do it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to take this shirt. You're like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. You say, I really love these shoes. They're going to walk on home.
Right. Well, see, how I get away with it is that I'll take a bunch of my own stuff to work with me. I'll take my own shoes and I'll use them on the show because I'm a shoe fanatic. I just got these and I'm in love with them.
Adorable.
Brian Atwood, my new favorite. So, I'll, take the shoes to the set and use them. So then I'm like, well, you guys got to use my shoes. Can I take that dress home? And they're like, sure.
That's good. It's like a swap meet.
Yeah.
Very
so
clever.
Who has stolen what in this audience?
Let's see. We've got Robin is our first work fashion. Robin, where are you?
Hi. How you guys doing?
Hi, Robin. Hi, Rachel. I'm Robin from Southern California, and I have a really wacky work confession story to tell you. Many years ago, when I was going to college, I worked at the library on campus, and I was trying to think of a good excuse to tell my boss that I couldn't come into work so that I could come in and actually study on the days that I was supposed to go work. So basically, I told her that I had a twin sister. So that was my idea. Yeah.
So you could call in sick and show up to study.
Yeah, so one day I'm thinking, I bet you of all days, the day I call in sick, she's going to be in the elevator too with me, So I get in the elevator, and next thing I know, she's on the elevator too. And I think, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? So I just stood frozen, and she looked over at me, glanced at me, and said, God, you guys really do look alike, because I just didn't say anything.